Get old. Okie day. You know, Christmas was last week. I remember everybody Christmas. Everyone remember Christmas last week?
Yeah.
And there's always a lot of arguing going around that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I would have to say that it does have a really good Christmas ending, hands down.
Yes. Very much so.
Oh, no.
I was thinking this morning that there are things called ladyfingers. I guess the opposite would be Mentos. That might be a recycled joke also. You know, and I'm still looking for a part-time job, and I interviewed with a keyboard manufacturing company. Problem was, I just couldn't put in enough shifts for them. And just last week, there was an elderly man in my neighborhood that brought his toy truck collection for viewing at the community center. It was the Tonka the Town. The Tonka the Town, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh, but oh my cow, this is getting out of paw. We have a full slate of things to get to, so let's get this show rolling. Well, greetings, Happy New Year, and Moobarkfluff to all the creatures in the Podiverse. I am Bearly, and you are listening to Bearly Furcasting featuring Taebyn, that show that asks the question, does the rain in Spain stay mainly on the plain?
I'm in Chile, not in Spain.
Si, señor.
I have been to Spain, and it usually does.
Okay, well, that's good.
Do we still bless the rain in Africa?
We bless the rains down in Africa, yes.
Okay.
Cheetaro, Rain, TikTok, Ziggy are all here and looking well rested and ready to go. Moobarkfluff, and how are all of you?
Doing great. Doing great.
Wonderful.
Loving married life.
Oh, yes. We married.
See,
That's good. That's good. And of course, we can't forget the pup. I saw him around here somewhere. Well, he's shaking, clearly. Taebyn, leave that leaf alone and get into your recording chair.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I got distracted again. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How the fluff are you?
I'm good. I apparently have technological issues, like computers hate me or something. But besides that, I think that's why I went to go see the Leaf, because the Leaf doesn't hate me as much as computers. But time for Jesse for a walk. How you should do about English. So Bearly, you know, I know you like cooking shows and everything, so you might appreciate that I was watching MasterChef the other day, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and actually the Australian version of MasterChef. So I was watching an episode of Australian MasterChef, and the audience cheered like a bunch when the chef made meringue, which was odd, as Australians usually boomerang.
Oh, my yolk.
Jesus, that was bad.
I know that I know that the next thing on our agenda is something from Bafnedia. And Baff, you're going to pay for this. As dogs might witness, you shall pay.
Dog, raccoon, cheetah, ferret.
All right. Give us what Bafnedia sent to you, Taebyn.
Okay, so quick little background for all you that may not know. So Bafnedia, Baff, as we affectionately call him, the chair of Get Out the Float, at one point, like a year ago, just randomly sent me like a whole bunch of puns. And I said, and Cheetaro said, don't give these puns to Taebyn. But he did give them to me. And so I read him on the show, and that was a mistake. Ever since then, every now and then, Baff gives me more. And for whatever reason, I still read him on the show, and that's a mistake every time. But guess what?
What?
He sent me some holiday puns.
Of course he
did. And I'm going to read them on the show right now, and it's going to be a mistake. So here we go.
Okay.
What do you call a reindeer ghost? Caribou.
Oh.
At the same time. What is it called when a snowman has a temper tantrum? A meltdown. Yes. And what do you call an old snowman? Water.
No.
Water.
Oh my yolk.
Oh my cow. What do you call a reef made of $100 bills? Now, I don't actually get this, but okay, so what do you call a reef made of $100 bills? A reef of Franklins.
Because Franklin is on the $100 bill.
Benjamin Franklin.
Well, I know
a wreath of Franklin.
Franklin.
It's
Aretha Franklin is a musician.
Franklin.
Oh my. Okay, yeah. I am very unhappy that I now have that explained to me.
As you
why
should
are
be.
elves such great motivational speakers? Because they have plenty of elf confidence.
Oh my yolk.
Oh my cow. What reindeer game do reindeers play at sleepovers? Truth or dare?
Truth or dare?
It hurts. It hurts.
It so hurts.
But there's more. There is so much
please.
more. Okay. What did Santa say when he stepped in a big puddle? It must have reindeer.
No.
Oh,
Oh my cow. What is Santa's dog's? Oh, we know what. We all know this one. What is Santa's dog name? Santa Paws.
How many of these are there?
Only 5 more. What happens if
only.
you eat Christmas decorations?
What?
You get tonsillitis.
No.
Okay. What do Santa elves learn in school? They learn the alphabet.
Oh, my
So
God.
bad.
So painful.
Bath. Oh, Bath. Oh, Bath. Okay, actually, okay, these last 3, I do like these last 3. But of course, my judgment of things is not that great, but that's a starting place. What do you call an elf that runs away from Santa's workshop? A rebel without a clause.
Okay.
Rain smiled a little bit, so that's... Why can't you hear a pterodactyl using the bathroom? Because the penis
they don't exist. Oh,
Oh, God.
that's true too.
It is. And how much does it cost Santa to park its sleigh? Nothing. It was on the house. And
Yes.
that concludes that. And Bath, yeah, you're going to get...
I think these jokes need to be like the Wicked Witch of the West, underneath a house.
Why was the pterodactyl in there? It wasn't even a Christmas joke.
I know, right?
You know, as soon as I started reading it, I was like, wait a minute. And so I don't actually know why there's a pterodactyl joke in there.
I'm not sure that Bath knows why.
I don't know either. So, well, that takes us up to the things that you don't understand other than that joke and the Aretha Franklin jokes.
Yes.
What else don't you understand? Anything?
I do. There are 2 things I have this week. I think 2. First is, so my honey had a joke the other day about, well, I'll tell you what that joke is in a minute.
Okay.
And I got it after he explained it. I didn't get it at first, but then he explained it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still not sure if I classify it as a joke. Don't tell him I said that. But anyway, so I'll see what you think. Today, I learned the difference between wax parchment paper and wax paper. The difference is one is safe in the oven. The other is safe in the oven if you are trying to make it fire.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that is the difference.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
Parchment paper is impregnated with silicone, and wax paper is not. It's just wax and paper, and it catches fire real easy.
And apparently the parchment is safe up to 425 degrees, and wax paper
because
will
it's got
melt
silicone.
overnight up to
Yes.
200. Yeah, so okay.
Yes.
We're all on the same page with that now.
Now, Costco parchment is good up to 500. Not that I would ever bake anything at 500, but you know.
No, they use really high quality silicone in their parchment papers.
Oh, see, you learned.
Yes, indeed.
And the other thing I don't know, and I actually legitimately don't know, how do earthworms know where to go?
That's a good question.
Well, aside from Earthworm Jim, none of them have been to space, so they're pretty much where they're supposed to be.
Yes, they're on Earth.
Okay,
Yeah.
so but
I
like
mean-
they like move around and like how do you like I was
They
watching
move-
one the other day. I was out running
Anywhere
around
they
chasing
go,
some
they're-
leaves like I
they're
do,
in the
and I
right
got
spot.
distracted by this worm sliding along, and like I was watching, and he moved this way, and then he stopped. And then he went over this way. He turned it, and I wondered, how does he know where he's going?
Pheromones.
He's on Earth. It doesn't matter.
Maybe the worm forgot his keys.
Most earthworms are searching for food almost constantly, and so they follow the scent of their food that they want to eat, and that's how they know where to go.
There you
And
go.
that's why their food is very inexpensive, because it's only a cent.
Yes. Oh.
Oh.
I'm proud of myself. I stand by. I did that. Okay.
That was one of
Okay.
your best puns this episode.
That was. That was.
So that's a good start.
That's good. I wanted to bring up something from the Telegram chat because I put in there
Oh,
today,
yes.
why
Yes.
do we say the G twice in longevity? And then there was a
Yes.
discussion about that it's not said twice, it's only said once. And I had to look it up. So how do you say it? Rain?
Longevity.
Okay. TikTok?
Longevity, or if I think about it too much, then it sometimes turns into longevity. So
Okay.
So you try not to think about it too much because that's
Right.
5Gs. and
Yeah.
that-
So
Yes.
I've always said longevity, and then so that
Yeah.
made sense to me. But then I looked it up, used the Googler pronouncer, and it's longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I
That's
say
what
it.
I
Longevity.
say. Longevity.
that's what I do.
Longevity. Yeah.
I
so-
tried when you posted that in the chat, I tried like making it with 2 Gs and it was painful. I couldn't longevity. It doesn't.
longevity. Yeah.
I can't do it, but okay.
All right. Anyway. So
And it's
Taebyn,
interesting you put that in the notes because that was one thing that I had that I didn't understand. But then I saw you put in the notes. I said, "Hey, we'll just combine forces and talk
There
about
you
that
go.
all at the same time."
absolutely. So Taebyn, your 3-word pun, did you come up
Yes.
with one? The words were car, glasses, and snow.
Yes, actually, well, I came up with a thing.
Okay.
What we classify it as, I don't know, but we'll just go with that.
Okay.
So yes, car, glasses, snow. This is what I came up with. My car talks to me. It's tired of being ignored, so it puts on its wheeling glasses and just starts blabbering about anything. For example, the other day it was listening to NBC on the radio, and they were saying how snow is actually warm. And my car said, "No, it's not. That's fake news." You see how it relates to the NBC thing,
That-
and it's very topical. It's
Yeah, that was a long way around, but it came
Yeah,
around.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I was actually proud of myself. So I did it.
But what are wheeling glasses?
I don't know. I kind of like fit it in with the car somehow. So
Maybe driving glasses or sunglasses or something like that.
Something like
wheelies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wheeling
yeah,
glasses. I like
yeah,
wheeling
something,
glasses.
yeah.
I'm going to put that on now. Every time I put on my
Yes.
sunglasses in the car, it's my wheeling
Right.
glasses.
These are my wheeling glasses.
These are my wheeling glasses.
and my driving gloves.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're really good for me.
I wish the gloves would drive without me having to be in them, but that way I
Right.
could just read a book or something. Anyway,
Mhm.
so that
With
was
your
pretty good.
wheeling glasses.
Yeah.
Yay.
Now, Taebyn, you had mentioned earlier that you have some news that's not really furry news, and so I thought this would be a good place to put it. What do you
Okay,
have?
yeah,
That's
well,
news
yes.
is
I apparently had like a lot of things going on this because like look at all these things I have to say. I didn't mean
I
to.
know.
But here we
Well,
are.
Here we are. Yeah.
Here we are. So I have 2 things. One is and I found this out just the other. So Merriam-Webster, they have
Mhm.
actually a word of the year every year. And just the other day, they picked their word of the year for
Oh,
2025.
please tell me it's not 6-7.
Oh,
No,
It's
it's
not.
pronounced-
It
pronounced
is
it's
not.
so
Don't
fast.
worry. It is not.
Thank goodness.
I would not accept that if it were 6-7.
6-7.
So I'll tell you what the actual word is in a minute, but there were a few runners up, and notable runner up was the name of a lake in Massachusetts. And do you want to know what that name of the lake is?
What's that?
John.
John.
It's not quite John. Few more
Aw.
syllables. It's like
Jonathan.
Chogagagog man Chuogagog Chuabuna Guna Guamug.
Really?
Somebody go
That's
check
easy for
on
you to
Taebyn. I
say.
think he had a stroke.
Bless you.
Do you smell toast, Taebyn?
A little cinnamon toast, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
Ooh, cinnamon.
So it's also known as Webster Lake, which is a little bit easier to say. But so that was
Oh.
almost a word of the year. The actual word of the year for 2025 is slop. A little bit shorter
Mm,
than
Huh.
chamu. That thing.
just a little.
So that was an interesting news article I had. And then another news item I discovered. This was from Arkansas, Georgia. I forget, somewhere back east like that. This was over the summer when it was nice out and people were walking around. So there was a bear in a cage at one of the local outdoor marketplaces. And I don't know, maybe they do that in Arkansas or something. But so people and tourists just bought peanuts and candy and even soda for the bear because they were just nice to the bear. I don't know, the article didn't really say why, but the bear, of course, because like bears do, would eat and drink the soda from its bowl, and it just kept eating and drinking and everything. So I was talking about that. But the real news about it was that at one point, some redneck thought it would be funny to put gasoline in the bowl instead of soda.
Oh, no.
no.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
that's not funny at all.
It's not. So the bear actually drank it a little bit. I don't think he drank the whole thing because, well, that would be crazy for a bear. But so it like drove him crazy because of the fumes or whatever. And he actually broke out of the cage and just started running. Now, the news article, unfortunately, you know, when articles do this, you think it's going to end on an uplifting note and everything. And I just have to say the news article actually ends on a sad note. At one point running, the bear just stopped and fell over. It turns out he ran out of gas.
Oh, no, my yolk. Why?
I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning into the very last episode of BFFT.
Right.
It's been fun. It's been exciting.
But I do want to say the thing about the word of the year is true. It almost was too the thing.
Okay. Well,
There
that
I
takes
go.
us up to time to get a little calm and zen. So do you have some formations for us?
So, for any of you first that don't know, each week I read some affirmations that help us live a more positive and happy life. And my three affirmations for this week. The first is, you are important. You matter.
Woo.
And on this next one, there's a little doggy, and he's saying, it's going to be okay.
Woo.
And this third one might be my favorite that I've done so far. It's a puppy, and he says, you can do the thing.
Ah,
Woo.
that requires a happy awoo.
Yes.
That would be part indeed. And those are my three affirmations for the week.
Awesome. Well, recently Taebyn and I had a chance to sit down and talk with Kato Evans, a recently furried fur, and talk about his recent journey into the furry fandom. So it was a really great interview. So let's take a listen. We are visiting with Kato Evans. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
So Taebyn,
Hi.
this fur is here at your suggestion. So why don't you give a little background as to why you invited him on the show, and then launch into some questions.
Well, mostly because it's good to have other furs talk besides just me, because I talk like a lot and stuff. But besides that, I met Kato a while ago. Couldn't have been too long ago because I'm just a pup and I'm not very old and everything. But I met him a while ago, and he didn't know I was a furry or anything. He just thought I was like a talking dog, and that kind of scared him a little bit at first, but eventually he became okay with it. And so anyway, he wasn't a furry or anything. He knew about furry or something, but we ended up like playing Hearthstone and stuff together and every now and then. At one point I came out as a furry to him basically, and that was fine and everything, and he's like, okay, fine. And then I didn't hear anything from him for a long time, and I thought, well, okay, there's that then. But no, eventually he, out of nowhere, telegrammed me and said, so, can I get a partial before a full suit? And immediately I'm thinking, one of us. And so then the rest is just kind of history. And so I thought, Kato's been on a little journey here, and I thought it would be great to have him on the show. This is a new type of interview. We haven't had a furry journey in such a short time story, so I thought that would be good.
So Kato, when did you and how did you realize you're a furry?
It's definitely not something as black and white as I immediately just knew I was a furry. It was definitely like, as Taebyn said, a journey.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it kind of like the puzzle pieces were there, and I kind of like placed it together later on in life when Taebyn helped me make that realization of how to sort the pieces. But like all throughout high school, I feel like I just had like playful energy. Later on, I figured out people call that golden retriever energy.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So that was all fine and dandy. And then, and then I talked to Taebyn, and then Taebyn told his bit, and of course Taebyn sends a lot of YouTube videos. And then I was like, wow, this is kind of interesting, and it kind of scratches the itch, but I don't know why. But I'm just gonna set that aside. And then like it just kept coming up. I was like, it kept like interesting me, and I was like, I think something's here, but
No.
I didn't really. I was so focused on other stuff throughout my life, like with a lot of school and like getting my master's, that I didn't really have time to indulge into that. And then I realized once I had more time, I was like, you know what, I really like this thing, and I keep looking it up. So then maybe I'll dive into it a little bit more. And then I was like, okay. And then actually, I have 2 roommates now that are also both furries.
Nice.
So
Fluff kind of attracts the fluff. That's good.
yeah. And then it's funny because I think just last year I was at Thanksgiving and my dad brought up the table. He's like, yeah, you know, as a kid, like we used to watch Spaceballs and you loved to watch it so much just for that one dog character. And I was like, oh, Barf. He's talking about Barf. For those of you who don't know, Spaceballs came out in the 80s and there was a character named Barf where, you know, this guy dresses up as a dog. So, I mean, I think you can figure out why. But I was like, I felt like that was like one of the first puzzle pieces I didn't know exists until my dad brought it up. I'm like, okay, there's definitely something there.
Yes, I think a lot of furs out there have similar-ish, not exactly the same, of course, but similar-ish stories. And so I think that's one thing that helps bring us together so well is that we all pretty much share each other's lives and we just don't know it. And then eventually we come and find each other and it's amazing. So yes. So that's furry and stuff. Now, what about the fandom? So a lot of furs don't really think there's a difference between a furry and a fandom. I think there is. What is your take on that? And if you have one, and when would you think that you did decide to join the fandom, if that makes any sense?
Yeah. I also personally feel like there's not too much difference between being a furry and joining the fandom, because the fandom's kind of like another word for community, and I feel like once you become a furry, you're kind of taking interest in the community. But at the same time, there's also furries that they're being a furry is integral to them, and they're not really interested in the whole social aspect of it, and they're more just like to keep to themselves. So I'm sure there are a lot of furs that identify as a furry, but maybe not really like jump into like the whole fandom of things. So I think there definitely is separate aspects, but holistically, I mean, it is kind of under the same umbrella. But that's my take. And then the next part was, when did I join the fandom?
Yeah. I don't know why I say it like that.
That was when Taebyn's...
Or did you join the fandom, or are you just a furry?
I mean, no, I definitely joined the fandom. It was all when Taebyn's like, go out and do stuff in Furlandia.
That's pretty much I think what I barked at you, pretty much.
Yeah, go out and do stuff. Go out and do stuff.
And so then, yeah.
So then, obviously, Taebyn brought you to the fandom by saying, go to Furlandia. Tell us a little bit about your fursona.
My fursona. Yeah, there's nothing like an exact copy of something that I wanted. It was more of like picking and choosing things that I've kind of liked. So it's a lot of like just going through a ton of art and other people's personas, and then like Lego pieces of just building a character kind of like you would in a video game. And then my fursona is more of who I am or how I think I perceive myself. So that would be like energetic and playful. So it's a
golden retriever.
Yeah, golden retriever. So it is a husky. By that I mean he's a chonk.
Chunky husky.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a chunky husky.
All right.
And then he has, but he's like golden, like a golden retriever. Has like a kind of slate gray trimming, and then like a snow white underbelly, with a cinnamon roll tail.
Aw.
Yeah. It's very cute. It's very cute. And shout out to who's the artist that made your stickers?
The Tater.
Tater.
They are very awesome.
The Tater. Yeah.
Our very own Tater. So yes, very great, very great. So. I mentioned the whole partial and full suit thing and one of us thinking everything. So do you have a partial and or want to get a full suit and that stuff?
I have a partial.
Ah,
okay.
Nice.
I just have pawsies and feetsies and a tail, but I don't have a head or body yet. Yeah, a lot of it's I want to really dial in what I want. And then also I did buy a ton of stuff to make some first stuff on like the sidelines. So
how's that going?
It's going alright. I've done like super small stuff like a tail. and
Okay.
like stuff like
Nice.
that. But eventually, I want to be able to maybe do paws and then eventually
Hmm.
see where that takes me. But yeah, and obviously
Creative.
we know that the very end of things would be the most difficult part, which would be the suit or the head, which is pretty inspirational to say the least.
I would say the head's probably the most difficult part, with the
It is.
hand paws and the feet paws being the second most difficult. The body itself, I think, is probably the simplest.
Oh, really?
Along with
Yeah.
the tail. Yeah, I mean, because it's
Yeah, I-
long seam lines. I mean, it depends on how colorful it is and whether you're stitching all the fur together, or if you're going to airbrush it. So if you're going to airbrush it, it's a lot simpler because you're just going to make a fursuit
yeah.
out of white fur and then airbrush the colors in. But if you're going to make all the designs and stuff by sewing the fur in, that's
That
going
could
to
be
be
a little
highly
bit-
complicated.
Yeah, it's my understanding too that the head's the most difficult, then hand paws are actually the second most difficult, and then the tail is typically the easiest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Depends
Depending
on how
everything, of
complicated you
course.
want to get. With
Yeah.
any of this, depends on how complicated you want to get. Right?
There
Right.
is that. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we mentioned Furlandia. So
Mhm.
tell us. I told you to, and did you end up going to Furlandia one year?
I did. Last year was my first year, and then went again this year. Yeah.
Nice.
And those are the only
Nice.
cons I've been to so far.
That's cool.
Are you going to A&W?
I really want to, but I thought it was later in January. But I'm going to be in
Uh-oh.
California with my
Uh-oh.
boyfriend for New Year's. So
Are you going to go to
Don't
get
think
out
I'm
the
gonna
float in February then in Seaside?
I would like to do that, honestly.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
that's
like
a,
lot
that's a
of fun.
great little con. You should
It is.
go if you have the time. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
Valentine's Day weekend, so
It's a pretty new con, and so it's like low attendance and stuff so far. I mean, it's it's growing and everything, but yeah, and Seaside's a nice little town and everything, and it's just a fun little thing to go to and stuff. So definitely consider that. And then of
Yeah,
course there's Furlandia again and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I would like to check that out because I feel like with Furlandia and how big it's gotten, like I feel like I show up and it's just craziness.
hmm yeah, and it shouldn't be that
Yeah.
crazy in
The float's
2026.
definitely a lot smaller.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that
Yeah.
that crazy in 2026 because it's the space is bigger and there'll be a lot more room to spread
Yeah.
out and do things as opposed to the old location where everybody was just assholes to elbows all day long. I would go to panels that weren't well attended just so I had some space to sit and stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely needed at the new hotel. So that's all very exciting for next year and everything. So when you did go to Furlandia the past 2 years, what did you enjoy about it? What did you do? And all that good stuff.
I mean, I think I simply just enjoyed being like, oh, this exists, this whole
Yeah.
community, and like it's not just online, and
Yeah.
that there's everyone here, and like seeing fursuits in person and their personas, and then meeting people, like all that was really exciting. And out of the things I've done at Furlandia, my favorite is attending the dance battles. I wasn't attending as in I was there lurking, but I wasn't actually like in the dance battle. But
Mhm.
I enjoyed that a lot because you get the combination of seeing a lot of great talent, a lot of people in fursuits and also not in fursuits, and then also just the suspense of a competition
Mhm.
thrown on top there. So like I enjoyed that a lot. And then
Yeah.
also like obviously going to the dealer's den, seeing all the creative stuff out there. And then of course when I'm all tuckered out, going to see Taebyn for story time.
Yay.
Aw, aw.
So
You-
you heard it right here, all you furs. Make sure to go to my story time when you're all tuckered out. Or not tuckered out, as the case may be. Anytime you want. Yeah, so like every fur, probably not every fur, but dare I say most fur's first con is like it's overwhelming, but in a very exciting way, and it's scary, but because it's like, well, you experience it. It's like all this fluff and all this stuff, and this is, like you said, this is a thing. It's not just an online thing. This is an actual presence here that is amazing and exciting and fun. So, yeah, I'm glad you got to experience that. I think that's something every fur needs to experience, that excitement. So, speaking of exciting things, what is the most exciting thing you have done in the fandom thus far?
Honestly, I think it's just getting more involved into the fandom. And that for me is actually getting art done. Again, the tater.
Cool.
For my persona, and like actually working with them to get something that's not just in my head what I perceived to want, and then it's actually on paper, and then getting stickers and like a badge and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
For me, so my personal excitement is just getting everything fledged out and actually having a persona that I can share with my friends and other furs.
Cool.
Not just in your head, but it's right there. Just like the whole, when you first went to Furlandia thing, it's like, oh, it's not in my head anymore or just on my screen. It's right here. It's the same type of
right.
thing.
It's like, I'm doing the thing.
Doing it.
You're doing the thing.
Yeah. And then obviously like getting and feet and paws and everything like that. And just like, oh, so this is what it feels like not having any dexterity.
Right.
There is something to that, yes. My posies don't work very well, definitely.
Yeah. So what is your opinion of the fandom then, as a new fur looking at this for the first time? What's your opinion?
I mean, it's great. I mean, simply to say the least. Just you go there. So like going back to going to my first con is, I didn't know anyone except for Taebyn, but Taebyn's a very busy pup, as we all know. So while Taebyn's running around, I'm trying to figure out where to go, where to belong. And everyone is like, this is the furry community here. They're all great people. So I eventually went out on a limb and just started talking to random people. And everyone just super nice, super sweet. And like, they helped me, like they showed me around, like, oh, this is where we do this. Here's the dealer's den. And like, they're very welcoming. And I think as a new fur, that's my biggest takeaway from the fandom is just like everyone's so accepting and nice, and so don't be
definitely.
Don't be shy.
I have said over and over again, and it's very true, and I think every fur who will agree that the furry community is like, we're the most just nicest, open-armed, open-fluffed, nurturing, I guess is a word, community that there is, and I think you experience that, and so I think they're not alone in that, so that's very cool.
Accepting community.
Yeah, for like cons, because I've been to cons for like other things, and I feel like some people are very like competitive or they know a lot or like whatever. But like the fur fandom is literally just, we're all just here. And
I'm waiting for the day that Taebyn does a panel, and it's just a question and answer panel, and people start asking, furs are going to start asking him questions. In episode 14 of your podcast, you said blah, 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 blah. And then in episode 27, you said this, which is a contradiction of what you were thinking of. You know, like you see at all the sci-fi cons and Star Trek cons, and they just retcon the heck out of everything. It's like, oh my God.
I don't know the answer to any of this.
That's right.
So, Kato, do you have any plushies? And if so, which is your favorite?
I have a few plushies. I know this is a podcast and not camera, but
it's okay. You can describe it.
It is a giant moose.
A giant moose. Oh my God, that is you. That's bigger than you. Where did that come from?
This is Morty the moose. It came from Kato being drunk and dragged along to Goodwill with $5.
Oh no!
And me thinking it was a good idea, and then realizing that once you get a plushie, you're stuck with the plushie because no one has the heart to just throw them away.
Yes, it's true.
That's
So
true.
now your favorite. Oh.
Now I'm stuck with a 5'5" moose.
You are, which has nothing to do with your persona, it turns out.
No, it doesn't.
Well, we all need friends. So there it is.
Okay, well, I was going to say, you've listened to the podcast, so I'm sure you know that we tell jokes on the podcast. Do you have any bad dad jokes that you can share?
I don't have like a lot, but there was a random guy that came up to me in the middle of the night somewhere, and he just, I didn't understand what he was saying, but he was telling me a joke, and the joke was, I had a dream I was a muffler last night. And I was like, okay. And he was like, and I woke up exhausted. And I was like,
oh my.
I was confused. I was like, okay, that's a dad joke, obviously, but like, why did you feel the urge to come up to me in like the middle of the night out here just to tell me that? And then that was it. And then that's a joke I will never forget because it was just so out of the blue. Yeah.
Just random like that. Okay, well, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, that's all I got. I don't have like a whole.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I'm sure Taebyn has a whole
Oh,
discography
yeah.
of.
Taebyn has a lot of dad jokes and puns and things like that. Just
I
drives
have a lot
everybody
of
crazy.
things. We
Yeah.
shouldn't get it. We shouldn't even start me. That's usually not a good idea. it turns
No,
out.
no, not really at all. Well, thanks for coming on the show. One of the things we asked our guests to do is to give a parting shot, which is like your thoughts to the fandom, your advice to the fandom.
I think me being new to things, all I really have to say is just simply go out there. I know we all want to have everything in order, like, oh, I can't go to a con because I need to have art done first, or I need to have a full suit. And like, there's a lot of things that we feel like we need before we can jump and do the thing. But I feel like just going out there as is and just experiencing it sooner than later, because I feel like there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I wish I'd done this sooner. I wish I'd done this sooner. And I think just letting that go and just going out and doing it and experiencing
Doing the thing.
It's great, because like, I know everyone says this all the time, but there's a lot of people that aren't in suits. There's a lot of people that are also new. Like, you're not joining a group of people that are all already like in the clique. Like, everyone's there, super supportive. There's new people wanting to show you around. So so just get out there to all the new
Do
furs.
the thing.
Do the thing.
Do the
Do the
thing.
thing.
All right.
On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Do the thing.
Do the thing. Yes.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. Oh, well, Kato, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for giving us your insight on the fandom, and we hope that you continue to be in the fandom for a long time to come. Look forward to seeing you at cons, and and hopefully you can come back on the show again and maybe actually sit in on the entire show and see the chaos for its in its realty, as opposed to just being a quiet guest.
Yeah. No, I'd definitely love to. That'd be great.
Taebyn, any last words for Kato before we let him go on his way?
Well, before you go on your not curds but way, oh my cow! But before you go on that, just thanks again for coming on and sharing your relatively new journey that you experienced and all the fun stuff. And to, of course, all you furs out there, I think a lot of you can connect and understand where Kato's coming from. And remember to just do like he says, just do the thing, and remember that the community is here for you, and we're all one big happy family. So until next time, thank you for coming on the show, Kato. Yay! Every first say yay!
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 Did it.
Wow, what a great guy. He's a wonderful fur. I have to say it was a pleasure chatting with him, and so now we can move on to our media.
Jeez.
So I watched the fairy tale movie Dragon's Cry because I had watched the entire anime Fairy's Tale, and I was having a need to see some more fairy tale, and I did some research and I found this and I watched it. It was pretty good. I also watched the 2 Spinal Tap movies back to back, which is kind of weird that what happened to Rob Reiner just recently after just watching those movies.
Did he produce those?
Oh yeah, he made them. He was in them too.
I realized that.
Yeah. So it was interesting. As TikTok says, was the second as good as the first? Well, sorta 6, 7. You know.
And for all you listeners who are wondering, yes, Bearly just did the little hand thing too when he said that.
I did. Of course, I watched the latest South Park, the Christmas episode. Caught up on Pluribus, which is now interesting because it's got a #1 in the title of the show, and it's now the #1 show on Apple TV right now.
Oh, wow!
They
were foreshadowing when they made that name. I guess.
Really? Yeah, I know. And I'm also watching the Talamasca series on AMC, which is part of the Anne Rice Immortal Universe, and it's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah.
So
her son also wrote some fantastic novels.
You know, it's funny because she's still listed as an executive producer.
Yeah.
Is she dead?
Yes. I think they list her as an executive producer as like tribute type thing.
Oh, okay.
And what did Mascus say back when you tell him?
Talamasca? He says, "We're always watching."
Dun dun dun.
Yes. The couple from down way down south next to the Penguins. How are things down there? What have you been watching?
I've been catching Ziggy up on some of the more obscure movies that I love, and that he hasn't seen yet. And recently, we watched the Chevy Chase Demi Moore movie, Nothing But Trouble.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
kind of a wild movie with Dan Aykroyd, who plays two different parts, John Candy, who also plays two different parts, Valerie Bromfield, and the rap group Digital Underground. And just a little note, Tupac was just starting out with them when they appeared in this movie. So Tupac is also in this movie.
Oh, nice.
And so, it's one of my favorite movies. And what did you think, Ziggy?
Oh, it was something very special. It's pure chaotic. It's pure chaotic fun. I love the actors, the music, and most of the nonsense.
Chaotic
So-
fun.
I've been told
Yeah.
I'm just pure chaotic, not the fun
You-
part, but
Don't
just the chaotic.
You are.
Yeah.
So I've also, after years of ignoring it in my Steam library, decided to restart from scratch and have actually finished the game Control. So it's set in the Alan Wake universe. If anybody is familiar with Alan Wake, the games, it's a
Absolutely.
really good game. It's pretty trippy. Think Alan Wake mixed with the SCP. If anybody's familiar with the SCP series of writings and YouTube videos and stuff.
I am not familiar with like any of the
oh.
words you are talking about.
Yeah,
either.
SCP it's these items and monsters sometimes that have to be contained and controlled. It's really trippy. It's kind of Backrooms-ish. I think the Backrooms actually sprang from the SCP series.
Yeah, SCP stands for Secure, Contain, and Protect.
Yes.
Ah.
So yeah, it's a fictional like organization that controls these items of power that get out in the world, or these monsters and stuff. So yeah, it was really good. I was happy that I finally was able to beat the game and finish it, because when I first played it, it was very difficult and I was not having a good time. So
Okay.
I kind of quit it and came back to it after a few years.
That's a good reason
Yes.
to go away from
Yes.
it.
So that's what I've been
I
playing.
was having a good time.
Yeah. So what have you been playing, Ziggy?
Just Fortnite as usual, and a little bit of Howard Legacy, only because I want to get to unlock backbling from the game. Although I'm not very happy about Epic's decision to put one of the skins from Fortnite, called Clyde, is a gunslinger raccoon, behind a paywall. You have to buy a special mobile controller that I don't need to get to unlock the code. I'm very unhappy about it. And funny thing, Scalper have been setting the code for $200, which is more than the cost of the controller.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
That's
Of
where they
course.
get you. That is
Well,
so
yeah.
where they get you.
So, are the controllers like scarce? Is that why the scalpers are selling them
No,
so
they're
expensive?
just not very good. They're a controller that goes on your phone, so they clip around your phone. You can use them in Bluetooth mode with like game consoles and your PC and stuff, but
Mhm.
they're not a good controller. They have like 2-year, 3-year-old technology in them. The thumbsticks are just regular the old style of thumbsticks. They're not even like, they're resistive thumbsticks. They're not even like Hall effect thumbsticks.
Is
So
the one that drift.
yeah, they drift a lot.
Mhm.
It's not a good controller. It's really overpriced.
Yeah,
and
$180 for
Yeah.
the controller.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Oof.
So yeah,
That's
it's not a good deal. It's not fun. It's really.
But I
dumb.
want the raccoon. He's so cute. He has a hat and boots.
Have the boots, yes.
Yes.
Well, okay. All right.
I
TikTok,
will
what have you
name
been watching?
Clyde.
So, usual Jeopardy and heated rivalry. Pretty
Ooh.
hot.
I've
Oh
heard
my
about
cow.
Heated Rivalry. I watched the coming attractions. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, all the interwebs are discussing this series of fictional professional gay hockey players. There's been 4 episodes so far. The first 2 introduce 2 rival players, a Canadian, Shane, and a Russian, Ilya. The timeline as depicted on the show is a bit confusing. The 2 players tease each other sexually a lot, but don't really get together all that much. And then when I was watching it, it seemed a little unrealistic. The 2 young athletes wouldn't be able to keep their paws off of each other, especially after they do have an initial tryst.
Hmm.
But I did a little research, and the books make a bit more sense, although those skip around as well. There's some tips on reading books in a particular order. As it turns out, the 2 meet as junior players, rawr, and the relationship develops over many years with a more reasonable amount of hooking up in between. Which they
Okay.
kind of hint at on the show. It's a
Mhm.
lot. But third and fourth episodes get even more steamy and introduce new characters.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. It's in our queue to watch. So, anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Cheetaro, how about you?
Well, my partner and I watched the 2025 movie called In Your Dreams that's streaming on Netflix. It's an animated movie about a brother and a sister that want to get their family back to a better state, because their family's kind of breaking up to a small
They
degree.
live in Oklahoma, don't they?
To be honest, no.
Oh, well, you said a better state. I was thinking,
yeah. Well,
Florida is Florida, isn't it?
No, it's not. They really don't tell you what state they're in, to be honest, but I have no idea. But via their dreams, they ask the Sandman, which, the Sandman in your dreams, to help. And lots of funny moments happen between the two siblings while they're in their dreams. And I find it funny because there was this one scene where the girl is asleep in her dream and the dream has her waking up in a bowl of marshmallow cereal.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, this little talking oat ring sees her and says, "Hey, Dad, there's a dead girl in the cereal." And then they both scream, and it's rather hilarious, to be honest. It's kind of lots of introductions of that nature. It's kind of fun. I would recommend it. We also watched The Matrix Resurrection from 2021. It starts about 30 years after the Matrix Revolutions movie. It's kind of an interesting premise because Neo gets put back into the Matrix and then reacquired. And the ironic part is he's end up seeing this therapist, which is played by Neil Patrick Harris. It's interesting seeing him play a villain, as always, because he's so good at acting that he can do almost anything. But then we watched 2 SpongeBob movies. The one called Plankton, the movie, and the other one's called Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie, because Sandy, the squirrel, is Sandy Cheeks. Yeah, both movies involve several live action scenes and things of that nature. The Sandy Cheeks movie was a little more weird because the villain was going to clone all the characters from Bikini Bottom and sell them as toys to children.
Oh my gosh. Merchandise.
Yeah, exactly. It was rather interesting, but there's lots of inconsistencies in these movies, and you're going, okay, how are they able to breathe outside of the water, and then or how are they able to breathe in the water when they've given a pill to breathe out of the water? And it's a SpongeBob thing.
It's a SpongeBob thing, yes.
Yeah, it's a
they
SpongeBob
have
thing.
fires and beaches underwater, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who knows? Anything is possible in SpongeBob universe.
Yes.
And I've also been playing, and I know you guys teased me the last episode about what I was playing on my Xbox, but I continue to play Power Wash Simulator 2, and there's lots of fun things to do in there in terms of cleaning, and it's almost kind of zen. It's just awesome. I can't help myself. And of course, I've also been continuing on Hogwarts Legacy. I'm almost to the part where I'm starting to understand what's really going on in this movie, but there was this one part in this game that I just want to say was spectacular because they put you inside of a story and it's all black and white and you are a character and you get to play as if you were doing the Deathly Hallows. So you get to find the invisibility cloak, you get to play with a wand, you get to have the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, all of that stuff. It was rather good.
I totally thought you were going to say, because they put you in a store and you get to power wash all the windows and get everything clean.
It's the same game I'm playing.
He learns the Power Us Wash Us spell and gets to use his wand as a power washer and cleans up all of Hogsmeade.
Yeah,
and by the way, these days, Howard Legacy is free on Epic Store.
There we go.
Oh, now they have to give us money because we just plugged them.
Yes, give us money.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, why not?
Get right on that, Epic.
Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's all
Where's
that
my
I've
money?
been doing, to be honest. So other than my normal other weird things.
I don't have many
Okay.
interesting things to say. Watching South Park, watched the Christmas episode like Bearly did. Finished Fisk season 2. Oh, and Honey remembered that season 1 started out weird and not very good. Especially the first episode or 2, but it got better. Season 2 is better than season 1, we think. But yeah, we like it. We'll probably go and watch season 3 at some point. We started Mandalorian season 2. Oh my cow! It's so
good.
Oh yeah.
So good.
So
Yeah.
good.
It's so good. It's so good. Ooh, and then I think it was we're only 3 or 4 episodes in, but I think it was episode 2 that had the not too spoiler alert, but any for that's seen it knows what I mean when I say the creepy episode. And it was scary. But I made it through and it was good. But it's still a really good show. We finished The Acolyte.
Oh,
I love the
what'd you
very
think?
ending, the very,
Yes.
very, very, very last season or scene of the final episode. The little,
Mhm.
again, no spoilers, but any further that has seen this knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like the last 30 milliseconds of this is just so
Yeah,
good.
and so for a show that they were going to cancel, apparently now they're not, and there's going to be a season 2.
Whoa.
Oh, there is. Oh, that's
Yes,
exciting. I didn't.
that's
Yeah,
the
I'll be looking forward
rumors.
to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very exciting, especially with how that last episode ended. I wanted more there, so that's really exciting.
Disney's bowed to pressure to finish out at least, make something of it, because that leaving a whole story on a cliffhanger is just kind of BS.
Yeah, and it's not like we don't know that there is actually something to be said now. It's, I mean, you can have stories where they end like that, but then you don't know that there's anything more, so you don't care. It's like, okay, that's the end. How interesting. But we know there's a big connection here, so show us it. We continued George and Mandy's first marriage. It's still really good. Interesting note, they have the little synopsis of all the like episodes and stuff, like so you can see it before you watch this thing, and you see, oh, this is what it's about. How exciting! So season 1, episode 8 synopsis was this week all new episode of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage.
Okay.
Ooh, what a great synopsis!
I know
They
wasn't.
really dug deep for that one.
At
really
least there wasn't
did.
spoilers in it.
Right.
Yeah, I know it was very well. And then just yesterday, the season 1, episode 18 synopsis was also this week all new episode of George
Yeah.
and Mandy's first marriage. So I don't know. And then we finished season 3, or not we, but I finished season 3 of Lower Decks just yesterday. You'll be happy to know, Rain.
Yay!
Okay.
Awesome ending. I actually started
Yeah.
season 4 today. Very cool. I love how there's all the cameos and stuff. Like in today's episode, there was a
Oh, yeah.
Voyager cameo, and it's just awesome
Yes.
stuff. And I
Yep.
didn't realize, but like they got a Grammy emanation or something for this show.
Yes, it's
Emmy.
Emmy nomination. Yes, but
Emmy, yeah.
yes, it's fantastic. I mean, it's a lot of great voice actors. A lot of work went into it, and it's a love letter to Star Trek fans. It
Mhm.
really is.
It really is.
Yeah, I am feeling the love, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to continuing on with season 4. And I've been playing Royal Kingdom, Beat Saber, a little bit of Hearthstone, Plants vs. Zombies, Hollow Fit, and that's what I've done there. So that's what my media-ing has been for the last few weeks. What is going on with me right now? I do not know what's going on.
Well,
I think I smell that cinnamon toast again, actually.
yeah, I think there's a problem. You may need to go to the veterinarian. So, Cheetaro, what movie did you got for us for review this week?
This week, instead of streaming a movie, I actually went to a real theater.
No.
Yeah.
Yes,
I did a real theater to see a real, well, I mean, they're all real movies, so I guess you can't really say that. But I did go to a theater to see this movie. And the movie that I saw, Zootopia 2. Yeah, so I'm going to start by saying that all the original cast was in this sequel. So, you know, the fact that Jason Bateman plays Nick Wilde is just amazingly funny to me, just because he's such an awesome actor. There's this one actor, though, who plays a snake in this movie, and his name is, I hope I'm getting this correctly, Ke-Huy Quan.
Ke-Huy Quan, that's Short Round. Or
Exactly.
if you're a Goonies fan, that's Data from Goonies.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Yes.
he was
Oh,
actually
really?
the voice of the snake that was in this movie as a main character, so to speak. The thing I find is funny is there's actually a section in this movie where they pay homage to Indiana Jones. Why does it have to be snakes? Oh, I'm sorry, that's a different movie. But this movie is actually ironically set 1 week after the first Zootopia movie. So it's not like lots of time has passed like a lot of
Right.
sequels and stuff like that. Even though a lot of time has passed since Zootopia, it's actually been just a week, because it starts with Judy and Nick being partners, and they've only been partners for 1 week. And if you remember, at the end of Zootopia, they became partners in the police department. So this is kind of one of those funny things. The ironic part is that there are a lot of interesting Easter eggs in this movie, some of which are the fact that, number one, the fact that a snake is one of the main characters in Zootopia 2. Because if you noticed, in the first Zootopia movie, there were no snakes or reptiles anywhere in the first movie. Well, there's lots of snakes and reptiles and water mammals and stuff of that nature in here. So the funny part is that if you think about the Chinese astrology and the year of things, this is the year of the snake. So it was kind of apropos that they brought this movie out this year because of that reason. But one of those little Easter eggs that's in this movie is they're going to this one place and they see this big festival that's playing. And as they pan through the festival, there's this big gigantic words on this festival of lots of people dancing, and there's lights and whole 9 yards, dancing, music playing, blah blah blah, and there's this big effigy of a big gigantic animal, and then it says burning mammal. That had to be the funniest thing when I first saw that. It's like, no, this is not Burning Man. Oh my god, it is. Oh my god, it's Burning Mammal. It was just awesome. Also a scene where a lion is preparing some food, and as they're running through, the chef hat on the lion comes off, and underneath the chef hat is a little rat on its head.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ratatouille.
There's also, I just have a couple of more that I want to mention because they're kind of fun. There's a maze that they have to go through. And this is in reference to The Shining because of the fact that if you remember in The Shining, there was a maze at the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The funny part is that at the beginning of this maze part of the movie, they actually play the snippet of the soundtrack of The Shining during that moment. It was like very, very surreal, and you wouldn't really catch it if you weren't paying attention, to be honest. But the last one was they're running through the town, and there's this pig who has a frying pan, and he hits somebody on the head with a frying pan, and a different pig says, "That'll do, pig. That'll do."
Oh, jeez.
They
went all out.
So they put a whole slew. I mean, there's little snippets of Star Wars in here, and Indiana Jones, and all sorts of stuff in here. So you know, it's great because a lot of this stuff is made for
making this.
I think they did. And so, you know, the whole entire vibe of the movie is awesome. If you were watching the first one and then you watched the second one, you would not even know there were massive amount of time between there, you know, because of how it worked. I think this was an excellent movie. You know, there were a couple of things that I thought could have possibly been better, but I am going to still give this a rating of 5 chirps because it was awesome. Little tiny bitty information, and sorry if this is stepping on TikTok in terms of the furry news, but this movie in 48 hours covered all of its expenses in 48 hours.
Wow.
Whoa.
There was also an entire slew of furries that went to see this, and I actually saw a picture on social media of about 30 or more furries in fursuits in the theater seeing this movie. So, so it's obviously that the furries have helped to create this thing. So please, everybody out there, go to the theater, see this while it's still in the theaters. It's going to be totally worth going to see.
But I don't understand enough Spanish yet to watch the movie. So here.
Zootopia, la película de animales 2.
Yes. So we're waiting for it to come out on Disney so that I can watch it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that might not be for a little while. Just make sure if you go to see this movie in theaters, you wait until the end of all the credits. There's a special scene at the end that you really want to watch.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that wonderful review. It's a rare movie for 5 chirps, so that's probably kind of cool. That's very kind of cool. Well, that takes us up to our intrepid news reporter TikTok with the furry news.
Alrighty, so for you furs, I have 3 scoops this week. For the video game Marvel Rivals, the company Rival Skins released a new costume or skin for Captain America Capwolf on December 12th. The character is based on the Man and Wolf series of Marvel Comics, which were published in 1992. In the series, Captain America is transformed into a werewolf, but eventually cured of lycanthropy after he's given an antidote. Sad. But at least with this skin, furry gamers can keep him as a wolf for as long as they want.
Ooh. So it's America's wolf ass.
Oh,
Yes, it
yeah.
is. Next story is a study in contrast. As you probably know, Coca-Cola recently released their holiday TV commercial, all made in AI. Public reception has been negative, to say the least, criticizing the company for not using human artists, the artificial look, the sloppy production. Perhaps even worse, the company doubled down on the advertisement and released a making-of video, also made in AI.
Oh,
It's face paw. It's so bad. I mean, there's like a light pen above a tablet, and it's like does like a scribble, and it's not even touching the tablet.
oh.
Wow. Wow, Coca-Cola's stretching it right now, aren't they?
Yes, yes. On the other paw, the fandom has been swooning over the recent TV commercial from the French supermarket chain Intermarché. The company is known for releasing tearjerker ads around holiday time, but it touched our furry hearts as well. The ad starts out with a typical holiday gathering, and a very bored and tired 5-year-old is kind of over it. A relative offers the kid a gift, a wolf plushie, but the kid is frightened. Her mom says her son is afraid of wolves. However, the relative launches into a story about an anthropomorphic wolf in a forest where everyone has rejected him due to his carnivorous nature. After some hints from a hedgehog, the wolf throws himself into a vegetarianish lifestyle with typical French cooking aplomb and recipes. The wolf is eventually accepted by the forest's other inhabitants. When the relative finishes the story, the kid is crashed out on the couch, plushy wolf tucked into his arms.
Aw.
Aw.
Cute. Aw.
Furry artists have been drawing their own versions of the well-meaning adaptable wolf, including Ratatouille, Venk, Kiki Flipnote, and Nixie Wind, to name a few. Nixie, in particular, made their rendition of the wolf holding a pen, scolding a Coke can, saying, "It's not that hard, right?" And of course, last but not least, Rain, you got some splaining to do.
It wasn't me. I've been down here in Chile. I honestly did not break into that liquor store.
Our favorite trash panda, whom I recently reported on, a raccoon who broke into a liquor store, got drunk, and passed out in the bathroom, is a repeat
gentleman.
offender.
Oh no.
Well, alcoholism is a disease.
Well, in a
Here's to
recent
that.
interview with Animal Protection Officer Samantha Martin, the masked furry bandit has also broken into a karate studio and the DMV, where he ate some snacks that had been left out. All 3 establishments are in the same building, well within a raccoon's natural territory of around 8 or 9 miles. By the way, the ringtail has not been relocated, as moving them outside of their territory is harmful, as they will often have difficulty finding food and shelter in an unfamiliar area. However, the popularity of the red-nosed raccoon has been a bounty for the Hanover County Animal Protection and Shelter,
Yes.
which has raised over $250,000 from
Woo.
merch.
Wow.
Oh, good.
Just merch. The company Bonfire has been selling t-shirts and sweatshirts, and the proceeds going directly to the shelter. I checked the Bonfire website today. It was at $258,000 and counting. It closes in 4 days, but I suspect they're going to just keep it going for as long as they
Yeah,
need.
I mean, why not?
Wow.
Exactly.
And at least when he passed out, he went into the restroom.
Yeah.
He
So,
did.
yeah.
He
Like
did.
a
He was
gentleman.
Yes.
polite. He was polite.
Yes.
He was on the
There was
tiles.
also the story of a raccoon that broke into a couple of raccoons that broke into a bank, and they went straight for the good bounty, the kitchen, and they ate all the cookies.
Well, that's where the money is. That's the news for this week.
Awesome. All right. Well, now
Awesome.
it's time for the upcoming events for January and February. And a quick word about where we gather this information. I source this information from furrycons.com. So if our listeners know of any other cons that we don't highlight, please reach out to us and let us know.
Upcoming events. I don't. Okay.
So going on right now as this episode drops is Anthro Northwest 2026
Yay!
in Seattle, Washington. That's December 31st through January 4th. January 2nd through the 4th in Phoenix, Arizona is the Painted Desert FurCon. The Japan Meeting of Furries 2026 is taking place January 9th through the 11th in Toyohashi, Aichi, Japan. The weekend of January 15th through the 18th or 19th, there are 3 conferences taking place. There's Anthro New England taking place in Boston, Massachusetts. There's Canthro Fur in France, and there's Further Confusion in San Jose, California. The weekend of January 29th through February 1st in Noresund, Norway is Anthros and Alpine. And Norman, Oklahoma is hosting on February 8th through the 5th or 5th through the 8th. Why do I do that every time? There's at least one where I go backwards on that.
You have numeric dyslexia.
I guess. That's Anthro Expo 2026, February 5th through the 8th in Norman, Oklahoma. Fur Squared 2026 is taking place that same weekend in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Glasgow, UK is hosting Scotiacon on February 6th through the 9th. Get Out the Float, of course, is February 12th through the 15th in Seaside, Oregon.
Yeah.
Motor City FurCon that same weekend is taking place in Detroit, Michigan. That's the 13th to the 15th. Frosty Fur Fest 2026 is taking place February 14th through the 15th in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Fur Camp is taking place in Brazil, February 14th through the 17th. Nordic FuzzCon takes place in Malmö, Sweden, February 18th to the 22nd. That same weekend in Austin, Texas is Lone Star FurCon, and of course, the Santiago Anthrofest is taking place February 26th through March 1st in Santiago, Chile. Now,
Alma Cruz Hotel y Centro de Convenciones.
there you go. And those are the upcoming events. Does everybody remember when on snowy days when you were a kid and you would listen to the radio just waiting for your school to be announced as closed? I feel like the announcer reading the school closures list when I do those upcoming events.
I grew up in California. They didn't have snow there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We had to go to
I grew up in
school every
California, too.
day.
We
never
had
had
one
snow.
snow day in my entire school career, and that was because it did snow in the high desert, and it snowed quite a lot. I mean, I think we got like 2 inches, which is a lot for an area that never gets any snow. So they closed everything down because our buses were not equipped for handling that.
Yeah,
So,
and neither were the drivers.
It does happen.
Yeah.
I went to school down here. It used to snow a lot.
Yeah, but
And
your buses are equipped for handling it.
Yes, we never had a day with no school without snow.
Yeah.
Well, in order to keep this to a reasonable listening time, we're going to jump ahead to our shameless plugs.
And let me just say really quick, for any fur that has been missing me talk about math recently, because I've been doing stories and we've just ran out of time and stuff lately. I'll do a math adjacent thing next week and then probably a normal math thing the episode after that. So stay tuned and there'll be more math.
There'll be more math.
Hey, there'll be more math next
There'll
time.
be math next time. Yar, that's the way you go. Okay, so our shameless plugs. Please go take a look at our fan merch at bfft.dashery.com. We have 10
So
designs.
much cute stuff.
We have 10 designs on there now, with one design harkening all the way back to season 1.
Yes.
So the hardcore listeners will know what that is all about. I'm working on a design of a sad avocado, wondering why Taebyn doesn't like him.
Oh no.
So
Aw, poor avocado.
yes. Of course, I need to plug one of our other podcasts on our network, Royal Highness, where the hosts enhance themselves with cannabis products, then watch The Last Kingdom and talk about it afterwards while they are still enhanced. It's a laugh riot as they come up with their own spins on the story. Rain
Hilarity ensues.
That's true. Rain, what have you got an interest in plugging?
3D Who, the monthly Doctor Who podcast, where we talk about all things Doctor Who, starring Bearly, James, and myself. The episode that drops at the end of December, which is already out now, is all about the Daleks. And coming in January, we're going to delve into another of the Doctor's greatest enemies, the Cybermen.
Oh!
So be on the lookout for that at the end of January.
Be on the lookout. Cheetaro, what have you got to plug?
I know A&W is going on right now, but since this drops on Saturday, come to the Squeak and Greet on Sunday and come say hi to us. We'll be there to promote the February agenda in Furryville Get Out the Float. As Taebyn will say, there's lots of things to go for that, and you guys should come out. Seaside is going to be great in that aspect. In regards to Furlandia 2026, registration is up and running, and just in case anybody forgot, we did get our credit card stuff up and running, so
Yay.
credit cards and debit cards are infused. Yay! Woohoo!
Yay! On credit.
We have panel submissions, so if anybody wants to go and do a panel at
I
Furlandia,
still need to do that. Yes.
well, you need to get them in and done before February 1st, because that's when closing submissions are. DJ applications, if you want to play music, are open until the 6th of March. Soon on the website are two things. One will be a map of the convention space, because we're going to be putting things together to show people what it's going to look like and where things are going to be. And the other thing that's going to be on our website is a Dealer's Den vendor list. So we'll actually be putting all the vendors who are going to be approved to be there, and so on and so forth. So go to furlandia.org to see that.
Awesome. TikTok, how about you? What have you got to plug?
Yeah, come get some coyote or cyborg hugs at A&W this weekend if you're here, or come to Get Out the Float, where you'll have the opportunity to get more hugs, and I'll be doing my fursuiting panel.
Okay. Ziggy, how about you?
C to the IWGNY. If you happen to see a green hair,
Ryan hair?
Yeah, green hair. Yeah, a green
hair.
hair raccoon with the name of Mapacho Pistachio, please don't eliminate me. I need the points. Let me pew pew you. Thank you.
Okay.
And what's that other word there? Is that a part of Fortnite, Ziggy?
Yes, it is. It's a password that you have to enter. It's called Chargo Gagara. It's a secret password that you have to enter.
Okay.
You have to say it 3 times fast
Okay.
while inebriated.
It's the easiest password to remember, actually.
And then,
Yes, it is.
And then you appear on somebody else's mirror.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
In their mirror.
In their mirror. Yes.
Yes. You immediately win.
Okay. Taebyn, what have you got to plug?
Okay, I'll go first because I know we have to be done soon. But okay, so yes, Get Out of the Float panel applications are open if you ever wanted to host a panel at us. But we're afraid to because it's a big con or something. Well, this is a great place to do it because it's a smaller con and we all love each other and stuff, and it's great and stuff. So make sure to go over to getoutthefloat.com. Is it? I always forget. Is it com or org?
It's calm.
It's calm.
And
Yes.
the calm before the storm. And so go over there and, submit for a panel. We'd love to have you. I have a link tree. That's linktr.ee/Taebyn. It has a link to all my things, but in particular, I have an Instagram. I don't use it much, but I really should more. It's Taebyn Pup. I have merch on Fourth Wall. Woo! Taebyn-shop.fourthwall.com. I have t-shirt, mugs, stickers, more to come. I just recently posted a new t-shirt design and a hoodie. Woo! And make sure to check out my YouTube where there's Crispy Ascension and Crispy Chicken Saga and all that good stuff. Oh my cow! And fun things like Moby strips and time bottles, and there's cooking, and there's math, and there's product reviews, and there's stories, and there's other fun random stuff. Oh, I am a random thing, and there's new videos coming out all the time. Oh my cow!
And Taebyn. And
yes.
And Taebyn actually chose one of the best trucks in America, the F-150, as his truck of choice for making bread.
That's right. That is so true. Thank you, Rain. I totally forgot about that. So in a video I just posted just recently, there is I might or might not actually drive a big F-150 or something. Thank you, Bearly, and all that good stuff. So make sure all you first to check out my recent videos. And my next cons are A&W in Seattle in January. Of course, Get Out of the Float in Seaside. Thank you, all you first. In February, Las Vegas FurCon in April. Then Furlandia in May. And I'll be doing my story time with Taebyn. And Taebyn Sings Weird Al. I'll be doing some new songs that I haven't sung at Weird Al, but also songs that I have done for Weird Al before. And so come join the fun, because it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah. And I do Taebyn ships, so make sure to come out my 2 new designs for Taebyn ships this year. And thank you so much. I'm going to stop talking now. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Wow, that was a lot.
I'm out of breath just listening to that.
Don't give Taebyn more energy drinks.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Well, that sound means we are out of time here at BFFT. Thanks to our special guest, Kato Evans, for taking time to chat with us. Listeners,
thank you, kiddo.
Thank you.
Listeners, we know you have a choice in podcasts, and we love that you choose to listen to ours. Remember, you can support the show on Buzzsprout or through Patreon for as little as $3 a month. Something new, listeners, if you go to Buzzsprout and become a supporter of at least $5 a month or more, you will receive early access to the podcast release, which you can listen to on Buzzsprout. Typically, this would be about a week before release. Every little bit helps to keep the lights on. And if you listen on YouTube, why not hit that subscribe button? You can send us an email at bearlyfurcasting@gmail.com. And if you send us a comment in the Buzzsprout fan mail section, which nobody ever does, but I'll mention it anyway, be sure to include your contact information so we can respond and maybe reference the episode you're reaching out about. Rain, what are your parting thoughts?
Well, as always, be kind to yourselves and each other. Moobarkfluff, stay furry.
Awesome. TikTok?
Be the fluff, know the fluff, you are the fluff.
Ooh. Cheetaro.
Well, shout out to Spooky as always, because I love all of Spooky's stuff that he does on X. As always, laugh, because laughter is the best medicine, and if you do get people to laugh, pay it forward. Moobarkfluff.
Ziggy, any final words?
Keep hope, love always wins, and pop goes the weasel.
There you go.
Up goes the weasel instead.
Not pop.
Oh,
yes.
Pop.
Thanks to the staff at Injured Nerds Podcast Network and to all the furs out there, Moobarkfluff and stay furry. Taebyn, the sooner you say your goodbyes, the sooner you can get back to that unattached, untechnological leaf.
Yes, that leaf has been waiting for me. So yes, I will just say I got a shout out to Spooky and the Otter for both. They listen to the end of every episode, so thank you so much for that. And then any other furs out there that listen all the way to the end of every episode, let us know, and I'll give you a shout out. But yes, thank you to all of you furs for taking a listen and giving it back. Even good for you. We have a lot of fun doing this for both for you and for us. It's good times. Lots of things learned and lots of things unlearned because we realize how not smart we are, I guess. Anyway, what am I talking about? I don't know. Thanks for asking. Yes, thank you. It's always great to do this. It's a great way to, we like being a part of the community and keeping us together and keeping the whole family and us trying to reach out around the world. So thank you, all of you, for being involved in all that. So on that note, I'll just say, can't wait to see you at a con. Bark at you later. Stay furry.
Bearly Furcasting is an Injured Nerd studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms. The Furcast is produced, recorded and directed by Bearly Normal, aka Mike Began, and is edited by Bearly and associate producer Rain Raccoon. Opening and closing theme was created for Injured Nerds Productions for the use on the podcast by Regday with Damian Tanuki. Other interstitial and background music is from Epidemic Sound. If you would like to send us a message, you can do so via email at bearlyfurcasting@gmail.com, or on our Telegram chat at BFFT chat, or on the bearlyfurcasting.com webpage. You can help support the show through donations at Buzzsprout or through Patreon at patreon.com/bearlyfurcasting. Be sure to check out our merch at bfft.dashery.com. Thanks for listening. We hope you return to listen again. Moobarkfluff, everyone.